Get ready with me for my 3-year anniversary. I cannot believe it's been that long. And it's our only anniversary being fiancés, which is crazy. I already prepped my face with my skincare routine, of course, and also used the Say Glowy Super Gel in shade Sun Glow. Always use that. It just gives me the perfect little bronzy sheen. Makes me look a little bit more tan without the sun damage. Going in with the Patrick Ta Concealer. I use this in shade Fair Rosy Neutral 4. Today, unfortunately, it looks like we are not going to get the best weather. We were originally gonna go down. It's all the way at the very tip of Jersey. It's called Cape May. It's this really pretty like Victorian beach town, and we wanted to spend the day there, but obviously if it's raining in a beach town, there's not a lot to do. I'm really not sure what we're gonna be doing, but we'll figure something out, and I'm excited, and we definitely will still be going for dinner down there at the most incredible taco place ever. But yeah, every time I think about the fact that it has been 3 years, it kind of blows my mind. I've told the story on here once before, but Zach and I have actually known each other for, what is it, like 11 years? And he had a crush on me for like 7 before we started dating, which is crazy. For the record, I also did think he was really cute, but I thought he liked Minecraft more than me, so I left it at that. Going in with the Milani Cheek Kiss Cream Bronzer in shade 110 Hey Honey. But yeah, we ended up reconnecting like 8 years after we first met because we were in school together for a few years, and then I transferred and we didn't really see each other, but we would like here and there at church events and stuff. We'd always say hi, but it was just very casual. Then 3 years ago, my mom actually told me that he went to youth group at our church and that he was really handsome now. And that was obviously not the only reason why I went. Obviously I went to learn about God, but I mean, that was a nice bonus and some good motivation to get me out of the house. But yeah, I went, I saw him there. He was indeed very handsome. So I formed a little plan to try and get in contact with him some way because I did not have his number. So the only way to actually contact him was to search him up on Snapchat. It tells somebody if you search them up, and I know Snapchat, very corny, whatever. But yeah, I added him by search. He didn't notice somehow. I started kind of casually snapping him back and forth, trying to feel out if there was like any interest in me at all. But he's a very nice guy, so I was thinking that it's just him being nice to me, and I was also at the same time praying he didn't have a girlfriend because I had stalked Instagram, I had checked every platform, and there was nothing I could find anywhere that showed that he had somebody in his life. Crossing my fingers on that front too, because obviously that is like my worst nightmare. But yeah, we keep snapping, keep seeing each other at youth group. He used to offer me rides home from youth group, but I would always ride my bike, so it wouldn't have really made sense. But obviously I wanted to get in that car so bad. This is like so corny looking back, but I remember there was one night that it like thunderstormed or rained, and I had rode my bike there, and I got so excited because that meant I couldn't ride back home, and I just needed a ride, and there was nothing I could do about it. Nothing happened, but it was very, very sweet, and kept talking. And then one night, I remember, this like still makes me blush, I wanted to see if I had like any game whatsoever at all, and I also did kind of want to tell him that he looked really handsome that night, so of course I did it over Snapchat. And I remember, I'm like, we were so little, but he wrote back and he was like, I wanted to tell you, you're very beautiful and very intelligent. And I was like, oh, like the fact that you, oh, it was so sweet. And that's when I finally knew I was like free to use my pickup lines and free to flirt with him, because I was like, okay, there's nobody else in his life, I hope. And he does seem to have a thing for me. So we keep talking. I invited him out on a bike ride, which did not end up just being a bike ride. And he will say to this day, he's editing this, and he will tell you that I tricked him into our first date. I did not trick him. There was no tricking going on. What I said is that we should go for a bike ride and maybe stop for coffee. We did go for a bike ride and end up stopping for coffee, but it was kind of an interview because I think I hit him with so many questions it might have been a little bit overwhelming, but I just get straight into the point. That's just how I am. I also remember I took him to one of my favorite spots to just kind of like sit and be by myself, and it was way too romantic for a first date that he didn't even know was a date. He thought we were just kind of hanging out, I guess. Yeah, nothing ended up happening. Super awkward, but cute, you know. Also, that was the Milani Cheek Kiss Cream Blush in what shade? Hold on. 110 Nude Kiss. But anyways, fast forward to our first real date, I guess. We went out to this Mexican restaurant, which we still love and eat at all the time. And that was when he told me that he did have a thing for me all those years. I remember I thought he liked another little girl in our class, but no, he had a crush on me. But yeah, that was the night that we officially got together. I remember we sat and watched Up in my parents' basement. I remember I put my head on his shoulder and I think I held his hand while we watched the movie. I'm not 100% sure. I'm sorry, honey. I can't believe I'm forgetting this. But I remember definitely the head on the shoulder for sure. It was very pure. I remember we kissed for the first time that night and we officially started dating. And after that, there was 1 year where we were like fully home and fully together all the time. And then the 2 years after that, we were long distance because he went off to school in Texas. Oh my gosh. I keep forgetting to tell you guys products. Natasha Denona Loose Setting Powder and the Morphe Mini Continuous Setting Spray. Now we have the Rare Beauty Flexible Lifting Gel. But yeah, we were long distance for 2 years, and we actually just ended that distance this past Saturday, which was absolutely crazy. I set off confetti in the house. I literally have the video posted on here, but it's really cute and really cinematic because we're hugging and the confetti's falling and it's just like, oh, it's out of a movie. Easily one of the best days of my life, aside from when we started dating and when he proposed to me. Very blessed to have so many best days of my life with the same person. But yeah, I can't believe it. We get married this July, less than 2 months. It is crazy how fast time has flown. I'm like, I've got my dress, I've got all the outfits for the bachelorette, I've got my dress for the rehearsal dinner, and last night he finally got fitted for his tux. So please pray that that arrives in time. Oh my gosh. It was really tough with him being away at school, and he was kind of in the middle of nowhere, so there wasn't really a good place to go do that, and now we live like 15 minutes away from Men's Warehouse, so it's great. Probably not gonna do mascara. Look at my lashes. Like, that lash lift really brings them up and curls them a lot. And they're like really pretty tinted. Yeah, I'm gonna keep them like this. Using the Basma Beauty Lip Lock Waterproof Lip. What just happened? Did you see that? The Basma Beauty Waterproof Lip Liner in shade 02. I don't think I used this shade yet. I really like this formula though. Blending that out. And then finally topping it with the NYX Jelly Job Full Bodied Shine Gloss in shade Honey It's Jelly. I love this stuff. I just hate the applicator. Alright, well that is my final look for today. I hope you enjoyed my little story of how Zach and I got together. I love doing these. I really need to make more of these videos. And please pray for me that our anniversary isn't totally drowned out by rain. I know it will be amazing anyways, and we'll probably end up just watching movies or whatever. Honestly, yeah, no matter what, I am very excited, and I'm just glad that we get to spend the day together. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again very soon.